Hello and welcome to the Slip Slip Sis YouTube channel. I'm Che,
I'm Gabs.
and this is episode 60. Gab's looking it up for us. Today is Saturday, May 10th. Sorry, we are a smidge late. It's become another crazy travel season for me, which I guess I'll talk about later. But all the information is below. Again, if I've forgotten something, Gabrielle will tell me, or you will tell me in the comments. I got nothing else.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
all. That's all. We're
We have
coming from our spots. Yeah.
we have a lot to cover in this episode though, because we also have to do our April stats, even though it's like basically mid-May. And guess who's also prepared? I was so prepared for this, and then my computer was like, not today, Gabs. It just stopped playing sound, which is why if you're enjoying much better picture quality, it's because I'm on an iPad, which is probably what I should do anyway.
Forward. Yeah.
But yes, I don't know. It's in my head, Zoom happens on computers. Like it happens on like laptops, but it's
Yeah.
probably a holdover from me teaching during the pandemic and like needing to open different documents and like check attendance and do all the teachery things.
Right.
But I have many FOs. Shaylee has some FOs.
Well, all right. Just call me out then.
Well, I need to give you a tagline for our episode early so we don't have to sit there thinking
Well, all
about.
right then.
And then we have our giveaway and some updates. I have no design stuff. Do you, Trey?
That's hilarious. I barely made it onto this episode. Calm down.
Okay.
Okay. I think you should. I got two socks and a hat.
I have lots of pictures of my FOs, to be honest.
Maybe we should start with that.
All right. I have photographic FOs for y'all because it was Teacher Appreciation Week. And I decided that it was a most excellent idea to make amigurumis for my daughter's teachers. And I decided this the week before Teacher Appreciation Week. But I've also already given them. So, alas, I cannot show them to you. So, for her dance teachers, and because I'm on the iPad, it's actually better quality. I made these cute little gnomey gnomes because I initially wanted to make like bouquets of flowers, but then that sucked and it was awful. Because trying to like make the floral wire and keep the ends, it was awful. It was straight up awful. So I didn't do that. So I made those gnomes. And then I also made this is the cute one, and this took me freaking forever.
Oh, that's a cutie patootie.
Um, this is for Lottie's swim teacher, Mr. Carlos. Um, she's an otter. Like they have levels, right? Like you can be like a starfish or whatever. And she's an otter, so I made him an otter because he's like 19. So I figured he would not appreciate a gnome. And then I commissioned Dad to make a gnome for Letty's teacher.
Is it
So
still
that
Miss Delaney?
mm-hmm, who's also like 19. So that is my three amigurumis. And then I got really organized and decided to clean up all of my FOs and all of my donations and put them in my brand new attic. So now they're up in my brand new attic. So I don't have those to show you either. But I did make these Felici socks as well. They're cactus flower. And in true form, I ran out of yarn.
Atta girl.
Because, pardon me, the Felici socks, they did that big stripe thing again. They
Oh,
did big
yeah.
stripe, regular size stripes, big stripes. So then I thought to myself, I was like, well, what if I make the big stripe, the cuff, the heels, and the toe, right? So like it's like built in. I thought I was like jackpot, right? Contrast, heels, toes, and cuffs. That's already built into self striping. Yeah, that didn't work out that great. It probably would have worked out if I had used like a 56 stitch, if I had used a 64 stitch circumference.
Mm.
Because I think I showed this last podcast that there was like one stripe of green. So it didn't work out. But I think if you had been on bigger circumference, it would have worked.
Mm.
But then I couldn't do one full set. I couldn't do only one set of stripes for the foot. Like it wasn't
Right.
long enough. So it didn't work. That didn't work out for me. So that's 4 FOs. And then I have 3. And I don't know where my third one is. So when Shaylee's talking, I'm going to look for it. So I have 3 pairs of socks.
Shaylee will do her hat.
I will go look for my other pair, which I finished last night, so I don't know what I did with
Maybe
that.
I have to sneeze. Hold on.
Bless you. She sneezes hella loud.
I had to mute. It would
Hello.
not have been good content. Okay, so I whipped up a hat mostly because I felt bad that Gabs had so many FOs and I was kind of like lagging behind. So I did a quick another beanie faction hat. So this is our pattern that is available for free with the suggestion is make a donation to your favorite charitable organization. So this is our beanie faction hat where we donate a lot of because it's a quick and easy crochet, and I did a crochet knit version. So I crocheted the hat part. And then for the brim, I did knit. I don't love it as much. It's just a pain to do the crocheted brim that I designed. I didn't really feel like doing that, but I like the way it looks better. So I might just, bite the bullet and do that next time and just make it like a little bit shorter so it's not as painful. But the colors that I used for this is I held 2 fingering weight yarns double. And so the kind of like cream color is Snow Angel from Forbidden Fiber Company. And the green is Molly Klein Design or Sweet Tea Yarns, and it's called Evergreen. And I used these for the matrimonial chickens that I had made for my friend who just got married. So we have full circled on at least the wedding chicken colors. And then I had this nice little snap on. I kind of like got carried away with the crocheting. So it was a little slouchy. So it needed the pom-pom to kind of pull the weight down and feel like making a pom-pom. So I boned it in and used the fuzzy one. But this is my quick hat that I was trying to use that I didn't look as sad for this episode. My FOs or lack thereof.
We're ramping into summer Gabs. So it's really like, yeah,
Like I like summer gabs, but I also kind of cannot handle summer gabs.
I have a lot of free time in the summer, and I've also started this like limiting my screen time challenge. I was inspired by Knitting Natty's video to like track my screen time, and I've started to put limits on my apps on how long I can be on them. And
Mm.
I'm like gradually knocking it down like every week, trying to like get better at not using my phone as much. And like the only apps that I have like unlimited time on are obviously like Google Maps, right? Like if I'm trying to like navigate, it doesn't just like turn off, or like my library book app or like messaging. So
Oh no. Talk to your husband.
all the thoughts,
Oh
right? Because
no.
like my phone will literally shut the app off and not notify me yet, and I can't do that. Like if I've been talking too much on the app and then it turns off and then mom can't get a hold of me, I'm cooked. Um, so yes, I have 3 pairs of socks. How many do you have?
2.
Shall I go first then?
Okay.
Okay, I will do the ones that I finished, I think, right at the end of the episode. These are the flower, my
Oh
wilds.
yeah, I like those.
Um, they are the flower and bees socks, the flowers and the bees socks by Greener Makes. They're toe up, which was fine. I actually don't think I feel like you can't really tell that they're toe up. Like it was a really nice, like the pattern was great. I kind of wanted to, as Chili says, off myself when I had to do this part. It was freaking awful. And it's not like the pattern is written fine. It's just the technique and the tensioning was awful. So for the second sock, I just didn't. I just made up my own because I was like, I hate this. Like you were cabling, so you needed a cable needle, but you were doing you were doing two-handed color work too. So you needed like 7 arms to like hold the cable needle and do the color work and do this. And then of course it was spring break. So my kid's like, Mom, look how high I can jump. Mom, did you see me? And I'm like, no, I did not.
Were you looking?
No, I was not. And then of course she's on my blind side. So she was popping out of it. So I'm like, girl, even if I was looking, I couldn't see you. So this one I knit to pattern. This one I YOLO'd it. But I think it turned out all right. You got to get those good quotes for the episode title. Um, And then, yeah, and then they turned out too big because I didn't know how to manage toe up sizing that great. So these are also for Mrs. Johnston. Girls get a box of 12 for Christmas this year. Um,
Oh, I texted you the titles on accident.
oh.
I went to just write them in the text box, and I just instinctively sent it to you.
um, yeah. So that's where it ended up. And but they're done. And this is test net number 3 of my epic parade of test nets that I'm working on.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop that nonsense, buddy.
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
alternating or are you doing all your socks?
Oh, I can go again for my parade of test nets. Attractive. Um, so I another parade of test nets. This is the Andarna socks,
Ooh, that's snazzy.
except guess who lost a yard
God
chicken
damn,
again?
Gabs.
And look what I did. Look what I ready? Ready for it? You like that reveal? Oh no. Oh no, but it gets better, Shay. Look what happened.
Gabrielle going to me. That's so bad. It's so bad.
So what happened was
Gabrielle Marie.
um these are the Andarna socks, and here comes fourth wing spoilers, but I feel like it's not that big of a spoiler because the book's been out for a while. But here comes fourth wing spoilers that the character that these socks are named after is she's an iridescent dragon, which is cool. So I thought this was kind of more iridescent colors. I also thought gold socks, because she was initially a gold dragon, was like gonna blend into like lots of people's skin. And that was gonna be weird. Slash, I don't really like knitting socks out of tonals because it's boring as hell. So hence why I play yarn chicken all the time.
But really,
But
it's for me.
I wanted to use this mint, but then I only had 30 grams of the mint. So I was like, oh, I shall add this aluminum Christmas tree. But I only had 30 grams of the aluminum Christmas tree.
That's the aluminum Christmas tree?
Yes, ma'am.
That don't look like mine.
Okay. And then, because a logical person was like, oh, we could just wait and ask for Chaylee for the rest of her aluminum Christmas tree because she's using, but no, I don't do that. So I didn't. Um, so I was like, oh, but 60 and like 60 is enough for socks. That's fine. And I'll just do flip
Not
flop.
with the texture.
Yeah, this is also a circumference of 60, not 50,
Oh,
which
Gabrielle.
is what I normally do. And I was like, I got this. I did not get this. And then I spent like 2 days looking for more mint yarn, but I didn't have more mint yarn. So then I decided I was going to add this like brownie bit. But as
It's
far as
not even the same color.
no,
That's
no,
horrific.
because I ran out of this too. But then there's this part of the book where she like blends into like the rocks. What? Because I don't actually think she's an iridescent dragon. I think she's like a color changing dragon, like a chameleon dragon. But whatever, she blends into like the cliffside or something like that. Um, so this is the part of the book where she blends into the cliffside. Uh huh. See, I made it work. Tim Gunn, make it work. Um, so I finished this test knit. I don't think it's been published yet. It's coming out. This is test knit number 4 of my epic parade. There's only 3 more that I'm supposed to finish. Yeah, I initially thought this was 1 pair of socks.
Mhm.
So I thought I signed up for 2. This was a separate one, the flower and bees. And then I thought I signed up for 1 set of socks for fourth wing. This is number 3. I will have to say I didn't like this lace pattern that much. It was not that fun.
I like it.
I finished it, which is probably a good thing that I was playing Yarn Chicken and did it reversible. So it was like spicy and interesting for me.
Right, spicy pepper.
Right. So the other ones were better. Like the patterns were better. I liked Basgaia better.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, and then I've got more, right?
But wait,
But wait, there's more. I am still doing the Desert Vista Dye Works challenge. And it's going okay. I've gotten better. I followed someone, was it someone here, a subscriber here, or maybe someone on Instagram who gave me the advice of like cast it on like first of the month so that like you've got it done for the month and you're not running up against the clock, which is what I did for April and I did for May and I finished them. But
Ah,
I think these are Chaley, did you give me this yarn?
yes, Mama.
What is it called?
Tropical vibes.
Mm. So I have this lovely tropical vibes yarn for my sister.
It looks like a sock too with a boil.
It does. It looks a little bit not good, but that's okay. It fits really nice.
The word you're looking for is bad.
But in true Gabs fashion, I ran out of yarn. But the rule with Desert Vista Dye Works is you have to use Desert Vista Dye Works yarn. So I did. At least they're the same. So the pattern is Diamond Heel Socks by Laura Salisbury of Always Be Kind Yarn. I really like her. She
Oh,
sent them. And I really did like the pattern. Like it looks good on my foot. It just looks super strange, flat. And then also, even on the blockers, it looks odd, which makes sense because none of her pictures have them on blockers either. See, it
hmm.
looks like it right, it doesn't, it's weird on the blocker, like it doesn't tuck in like it should. But on my foot, it's perfectly fine. So I finished those. I am considering adapting the pattern a bit to so it like looks better on blockers. And I think I do that. The pattern is available for free, so I recommend it. Um, I'm considering doing like a slip stitch pattern, slip stitch heel flap in this bigging section, in this the bigging sec in the increasing section. Because
Mm,
I think it'll pull it in tighter, right? Because like when you skip a stitch every row, it pulls it in. So I think
sure.
that's what I'm gonna try next on these. But yeah, they came out okay. On the toe is Desert Vista Dye Works. On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Ah.
My daughter loves them. She wants them really bad, but she's 3 and these do not fit her feet.
Oh, Lenny.
It's pink. I like the pink, mom.
Ah,
But I do like the part of this sock that I really like is that it keeps the striping.
right.
And I didn't have to afterthought because afterthought is a pain in the butt. And
I like an afterthought.
the decreases, they go really far into the foot. Like I only knit this much straight. So by the time you finish the decreases, you're like, I'm so done.
I'm so done.
What does that mean? That I'm fastest boy? That one.
Oh, I'm also that one.
So that's all my socks. That is
Okay, well, vamp a
that.
little more because I'm in the middle of Kitchener-ing my toe.
Oh, I did not Kitchener these toes. I did a Finchley graft instead of a Kitchener, um, which I'm kind of obsessed with a Finchley graft. Um, I recommend it, especially if you find Kitchener hard to remember, because there are like 4 steps. So if you find Kitchener hard to remember, I recommend a Finchley graft. Um, I was looking for a different kind of graft that was easier because I knit right-handed, but I sew left-handed. So it's really hard for me to sew with my non-dominant hand.
Hmm.
Um, and I Kitchener with my non-dominant hand, and I Finchley graft with my right hand, and the Finchley graft is way easier and way more intuitive. You know how like they have all those like square thingies? Like this is how you remember how to kitchen. I'm like, the stitch is too hard if you have to have an index card for it. That's all my hot take of the day.
Okay, good, because I just finished. I just have to put the
Oh,
thing,
good. More Gab's opinions.
but I'll weave in the ends while you're doing your next set of opinions later. All right, so I have 2 pairs of socks finished as well. These I was like nearly done with, I think, when we were podcasting last. These are what I'm calling my tequila sunrise socks because I think they look like a tequila sunrise. So this is Knit Picks Felici. Um, the actual name of it is Red Rocks. And then I use Knit Pick Stroll, which I believe is on sale right now because it's like sock yarn month. So check that out. I think it's great for socks, especially if you're doing like a contrast with it. And so this is just red is the color. And so these are normal 9-inch circs, vanilla sock, my Felici socks of from April. Because now we're doing Felici Frenzy, I believe, where I'm trying to at least do 1 pair per month for the remainder of the year to try and get through said stash. And then I think I read the name of this colorway wrong this whole time because when I finally put it in Ravelry, it was not called Roar, it's called Roke, like Roak, not Roar. But these are my Roke socks,
What
apparently. But
does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Who's the dyer?
Yarnaceous fibers. So I assume it's some kind of prehistoric thing that I just don't know, but I think they're hella cute. So I might keep these for Chaylee because I really like this colorway. But these are DK, so a nice vanilla DK, my normal kind of approach to those. So I've just been trying to like do some knitting. That's been the goal so far because it's been busy as heck. So nothing too exciting here except I learned that it's Rogue and not Roar. That is all.
Someone also could have just typed it wrong.
I know, but when you look at like the ball band, it like I didn't know if it was an R. I just assumed it was an R because I like dinosaurs roar, right? But I think it's a thing.
Hmm,
So yeah, that's all I got.
cool. What you got for FOs?
That was my FOs.
Oh, whips.
I have two whips.
I have one.
Oh, what's your whip?
A sock.
I I have a sock and a hat.
Okay, do your hat first.
Okay. So this is in a bag from Slip Slip Sis. Don't know if it's in the shop or not.
Nah, but we've got some of it, so you could order it.
Nope. So these are the ballet pigs, which I thought, not because I think she's a pig, but because I think she likes pink. I picked this for Lenny because this is Lenny's hat that I finally got around to starting for her. So this is part of our Muscle Burras for Christmas series that Gabs has completed now for multiple months, and I have been sitting on because I didn't want to do it. I still have to do my own. Probably won't make my own self the hat because I don't feel like that either. And so I started Lenny's hat. See, this is why I think we have different colors because this is also the aluminum Christmas tree colorway.
Mine has way more mint.
Yeah,
But
right?
you did pick the one that had more pink in it.
Under the aluminum tree, right? That's the
Yeah.
one. All
Uh-huh.
right, well, this is what mine looks like. So this is Lenny's hat, the Muscle Burra pattern by Isolde Teague. I'm doing, I believe, an adult small, but I kind of just like did have one of those F it moments and was just like, this seems like the right amount of stitches to have for her head. So I did that. I felt very Gabs with that one because I didn't even measure. And so this is where the little marker here is where I stopped the increases, and so that's how much I've done. I started it earlier this week, so not like a ton of progress, but it will get done before Christmas, and that's what is important. That's all I got for these. Oh, I'm using twos on
Excellent.
16-inch cable. And then I'll just go next because I'm already in action
Okay.
for my sock. It's kind of, well, I'll talk about it but I want to flip it around so you can see it nicer. So I'm making, this is I guess my May Felici pair that I'm doing. So I'm making another vanilla sock. And so I had a bunch of Felici before Gabs and I did our recent Felici order. So I'm trying to work through those ones first so that like I'm through them. So I just literally just, in real time finished doing the toe. And so I just need to cut in the heel. But then a little something funny happened with this sock. Wasn't my it was me. I didn't do it. So you'll notice that the pattern seems off because I think there's supposed to be a white stripe somewhere in here. There isn't. This is a very large pink chunk. And I didn't look it up ahead of time if it was supposed to be like that. I don't think so.
What's
But,
it called?
well, if you'll give me just a moment, Gabrielle. This is Knit Picks Felici Animal Cookies. But I did this white that I did the top. It's kind of hard to see because it's blowing out. I use the Knit Picks Stroll Glimmer for the contrast cuff, and then I'll use that to cut in the heel as well. So this is my Animals Cookies sock tube that I have so far. So I'm trying to work on these. Hopefully we'll finish these like today. So then I can like move on to do other things or start my next Felici pair, which would be fun to kind of like get through all of those. But I don't know. It's interesting having like to like do like the Felici's like back to back to like, see the ones where like they end up having a weird, random, very large stripe, right? Like I feel like that doesn't happen that often, but like I guess doing them back to back, I feel like these things are coming up a little bit more. I still really like them, like, but these will ultimately be for donation. I'm realizing I maybe should have saved them to be my June sock because they are also like the trans pride colors, and I do like that as well. Um, but I didn't like the other colors that I had, so I wanted to start these. But I will probably while Gabs is talking, put my needles in so I can cut in that heel. Have you found anything out?
Yeah, I think it is an oopsie because like this is somebody else's socks,
Yeah, I think it's a oopsie. That's okay.
right? Yeah. Oh, here's a better one. This one's easier to see.
It's supposed to be white. I think there's supposed to be a white stripe in there, but it just ended up being a really long pink one.
Yeah, that seems to happen. I'd say I don't know. We haven't tracked it, but at least like 20 to 30% of the time on Felici stuff
Mhm.
that the striping isn't even, whether it's intentional or not. It seems to be uneven striping.
Right.
And I've been doing Desert Vista Dye Works. This is my fifth skein, and I know Chaley's in a lot of Desert Vista Dye Works, and that's never happened to me on Desert
Mhm.
Vista Dye Works. That it's been basically pretty consistent. But like if it's a force, like a four color stripe, it's 8 rows every time, or if it varies, it's like 7.5 or like
Right.
8.5. She's very. I know she's on a hiatus right now for some health issues, so but I do know people sell it on DStash a
Yeah.
lot. So you can do that or give her a follow on Instagram if she's able to start dying again and hope that she um, is doing well. She does post a decent amount. So if you're a fan and you want to know what's going on with that, you can check that out. I have this weird lung thing that's been going on since March. So that's exciting. Um, this is test knit number 5. These are the Feathertail socks for the Fourth Wing collection of socks that I'm still test knitting for. And they actually came out really cool. These I think might be my favorite ones.
Oh, that's lovely.
Um, Again, Fourth Wing spoilers, sorry. If you like, it's supposed to be gold, right? Feathertail dragons in the book series are supposed to be gold. But I didn't want gold socks again. So I didn't do that. And in my head, the character, and Darna, she's the only Feathertail dragon that we meet. She has a very like bubblegum, like cotton candy, kind of really upbeat vibe in the first books. Or in the first, like, yeah, I think it's the first book. She gets kind of teenagery in the second one. So I thought pink was a better choice for her because that's what I picture her being. I realize that the book tells me she's gold like 50,000 times, but in my head, she's still a pink dragon. Um, so it's fine. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using polar bear yarn. I think it's called like what's that princess in Mario Kart, Princess Peach?
Just peach.
That's what, yeah, that's what it's called. So I like it. She uses all natural dye. I don't think she dyes yarn anymore, but she does make project bags, so you should check her out too. I'm making it on US zeros, and it's a 60 stitch circumference, which has been interesting because that's not the size that I usually make. And it's a boomerang heel, which is
Oh.
also exciting. But I can't tell if it fits because 60 stitch circumference is too big for my feet. So I'm
E
going to need feedback from Mrs. Johnson on all the feet, on all the socks that I was like, I'm just making these for her because this lady, she appreciates the yarn.
she does.
So that's what I'm doing.
All right.
What else we got?
That's it.
Acquisitions then?
Yes, I have two.
I also
God.
have 2 plus more. I don't even know, dude. Like I'm looking
Yikes.
at the pile. I don't even know. It was solidly double digits.
Okay, Chaley will go.
Okay.
All right, so this was actually a gift that I got from my students for the end of the year. So I oversee our tour program at my university, and I'm also one of those people where like I really try and set myself up for success to not be disappointed in people. And so I said this to my students. I was like, you should get me a gift for the end of the year. And the boy said, okay, we'll tell Rachel. And so Rachel coordinated it's my leadership team that got me a gift. So they got me a tote that's just like cute and has flowers on it. They gave me a bouquet of flowers. And then they gave me custom coasters with their faces on them. But like all like silly pictures. So I have coasters of my 6 tour guide coordinators from this year, and they also gave me this.
Oh, that's
And
cute.
I'm like, this is so sweet of them. So it's essentially like it's a project planner um that they got for me. And I'm
That's
like,
cute.
yeah. And so I was like, did Rachel pick? And they're like, yeah, Rachel, we just Venmoed her. Like, so Rachel is my shining star. In my eyes, she can do no wrong. Um, even the leadership team, there's like, we're all just playing for second. And so I have this super cool planner from them, which I really need to get back at and do better at my planning. Um, that I do, but it's fun. It's got like you could even use this Gabs for like you can it has like a sales tracker,
Oh, wow. All
which is
right.
cool. So it's got that, and then like it has a sales tracker. It has obviously like your projects and things that you're doing. It's got like a shopping list as well. So it's super cute, really sweet of them to think of this for me. And then I got my this month's subscription from my I never met a villain I didn't like, or I'm sorry, this is April's subscription. This one was a toughie for my team to
There was no way. There
there
was
was no
not.
shot. Like I said, I was gonna tell you what it was. I was like, I feel like I should still let them do the guessing because
Hold it up, and then people in the comments, you gotta pause and say if you can do this. This is like die hard Disney fan. You gotta go deep into the
okay,
vault.
so this is the color from this month, which I think is Gorgina, by the way. Like I love this. I love this fuchsia that's in here. It matches my sports bra. Um,
My guess was solid though on this one. What I picked,
yes,
it was
yes.
solid.
So
Yes,
please guess which Disney villain. It is a Disney villain, and it is a deep, I would say pretty deep dive for who it is. You're welcome to guess below. But Gabs and Daniel tried to guess, and I felt like they did a good job. But
she gave us a hint
I
though.
gave them a clue called I didn't know who this was.
So I guessed Madame Tremaine,
I didn't
who
know who she was though.
was Cinderella's stepmother. And a lot of people don't know her name because in different renditions she has a different name.
Right.
Like in the movie, like in the Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella, and like the
Oh,
book,
her name is just Bernadette Peters.
who is amazing. If you haven't seen that version of Cinderella, like you're missing Brandy, solid. All of
Whoopi solid.
yeah, like 10 out of 10, no notes. That is the Cinderella. I guess if I had seen Julie Andrews as Cinderella, I'd feel differently. But for movie Cinderella, amazing. Also, like a very diverse cast in a time
Yeah.
that it wasn't like a thing that you usually did.
My favorite thing is I think like was it like the 20th anniversary was recent and they're interviewing and I forget the actor, but we see the actor all the time who plays the king. And they're like, "Oh, like what was your character's name again?" He goes, "I don't know. I was Whoopi Goldberg's husband."
Nobody knows this.
That's all I
What
know.
is it? King Alexander,
Yes, yes. Well,
right? Because
also Jason,
Jason Alexander.
yes.
He's as the Herald.
He's so good. He's so
Amazing.
good. That
There
was
was
a top tier cast. Whitney?
yeah, there was no one who because sometimes in cast you're like, did you just cast them because they were like famous and they were gonna bring, like Taylor Swift in Cats? There was none of that. There was no Taylor Swift and James Corden in Cats. This was
Even
Solid.
the young man, who's now not a young man, who played the prince, he's a very famous Filipino actor
Yes, I think this is one of the only shows he's done.
in America.
Yeah, but he's great. He came
He's an
back for
excellent prince. But we digress because
it's not Madame Germain or
it was
Bernadette
not
either.
Management. Daniel thought it was Dr. Facilier or the Shadow Man, but I know who that is from The Princess and the Frog.
Also a great one.
This is Madame Mim, also known as Mad Madame Mim or The Witch from the 1963 animated feature film The Sword in the Stone.
What the heck?
I think I've seen The Sword in the Stone like once because I think it scared me. That and The Black Cauldron scares me. So I don't watch it. Probably because of this crazy lady. So here's her picture, which I think wonderful. Like I love it. I love the
Is
yarn.
the Sword in the Stone King Arthur?
I don't know.
Who the heck is this chick? Isn't the villain
Oh,
Morgan Le Fay?
would you like me to read? Okay.
Yeah, what the heck? No,
She
the
is a
villain's
wicked old She is a wicked old witch who relishes in the misery of others. Mim believes herself to be the greatest wizard of all time, but her magic is rivaled by her nemesis Merlin. Mim's past is mostly unknown. At some unknown point, she managed to harness her magical powers, which she likely used for negative means, and has become quite convinced of her power. She chose to use this magic for evil purposes. It is also implied that she already knew Merlin and they were not on friendly terms.
so she is kind of Morgan Le Fay-ish without the whole sleeping with your brother thing.
Yeah, I don't think that that was going to make it into the Disney. I can't think of the word.
What? They let Simba and Nala be a couple? Sorry, I always ruin my students' childhood too. I was like, "Did y'all know?" And they're like, "Why do you tell us
I
this?"
don't know why you do that. This is why we can't bring you to Disney.
Oh,
You're not invited on the Disney trip. When we take your children to Disney, you are not
yeah,
invited in the Bippity Boppity Boutique because they're
I'm
gonna
not.
pick Belle and they're gonna be like, okay, Stockholm syndrome and bestiality. Like,
But also that witch in Belle or in Beauty and the Beast, that she was very aggressive. Like she turned him into a beast for 100 years because you wouldn't let him in. She wouldn't like you shouldn't let strangers in your house anyway. Like aggressive. She's an aggressive lady. Okay. What else
hey
have you
guys, what
acquired?
have you acquired?
Oh, so many things. Literally all the things. So I'll do my subscriptions first. This is the subscription that Shaylee and I share, and I'm like, I know that
I've used none of the yarn.
I'm short on giving Shaylee the subscriptions. I'm behind, so I'm just gonna
Kind of
dump it
lost
on.
them. I can only find one.
I'm gonna dump it on her. So this month is the April Southern Skeins one, and I actually really like this yarn.
Oh, I love those specs.
I do too. It's called Tide and Time. Time spelled like the herb. And then we have two minis, and Shaylee will tell me which one she wants, and I will give her the one that she wants, and then she will hopefully not lose them.
I take blue.
Okay. So this is a different base than we've gotten before. And I like this base better. This is the 80/20.
Ah,
And sometimes we get a really skinny base. And then we get other stuff. And to be honest, I really wish there were yarn subscriptions where you just got yarn. I don't want the other stuff. We get tea, and it's hazelnut like every month. So then Gabs has to drink hazelnut tea every month. However, if you buy from my Etsy shop and you get tea in the bag, it's probably because I got new
know that it's gonna be hazelnut.
Yeah, and then we have stitch markers, but I don't really use stitch markers.
I do.
So Shaylee will get to have those. Actually, this month is a different kind of tea. That's not true. This is wild sweet orange tea.
Oh, you could still have that.
Yeah, I can. I know. I don't really I like to think that I'm a tea drinker, but I'm not.
Mm.
That's all. I if ever I do stuff for the gram, it's drinking tea or I'm sick. But
Ah.
and then we have this like I don't know thingy.
Oh, look at that little thing.
And it tells you how to do a picot bind off, but like I don't do a picot bind off enough that I need to attach this to something. But also, if I did a picot bind off enough, it would just be right in there. So yeah, that's where I am. I think Chaylee is with her Yarnable too. She stopped getting the goodies because for me, and this is just for me, they're not really goodies. They're like okays. Just for Gabs. Just for Gabs.
Kind of a midi.
Yeah, and they're not even baddies, right? Because like the kids say baddies and to be a baddie is a good thing.
Right.
So they're not those either. Um, so they're all right. Like it's not awful, but I'm like,
I don't
so,
think it's really worth it.
no, it's not. We've never had a subscription box where it's not the Brandy Cinderella subscription box where 10 out of 10 no notes.
Right. If it's not brandy, we don't need it.
No. However, this subscription, my next one, my Grand Estate Yarns, is a 10 out of 10 no notes. This is actually my last month.
You should have done the whole year.
I sadly got an email being like, your subscription has expired. If you want another one, you have to add. I was like, I know, but I don't need more yarn given how this month has gone. So I might do it again if I've met my stash down goals. This is Granite State Yarns. This is their Christmas
Ooh.
box. Would you like to guess the name of this? Because
Okay.
it's like there is no way you could guess colors. One of the words in the title is Christmas, so that doesn't have to count. You only have to get like the okay, it's like adjective Christmas noun. You only have to get the noun.
Warm Christmas fire.
Oh, that was good. Do you want to know or you want to guess again?
Let me try again. Let me try again. What was I closest with?
They were you're like circling. You're circling like you're in the right.
Cozy Christmas hearth.
Oh, so close. It's Cozy Christmas Cabin. You
Cabin.
were so close. Fire and hearth. You were like you're there.
I was cooking.
It's really cute.
I would have maybe named it chestnuts roasting.
That would be a name too. Um, it's got really pretty browns. It's got like, and it's like the brown. It's like we have to knit with a lot of brown because mom likes brown.
Yeah.
This is like the good brown where there's like other
fun brown.
There's shades of brown in it. Not just
Beads of J. Sorry.
Also 10 out of a 10 movie.
There were two people in my vehicle who had not seen a Mulan.
GTFO.
And I said, shame on you, shame on your cow.
Oh, I really hope you get a Shan Yu colorway. Because he's not red. Because
he's gray.
He's like gray, black, and it's almost like a gray green.
Yeah.
Like his tunic thing. But it could be cool because it could be like gray, green, black, but with like speckles of his hawk, right? Is a hawk or a falcon? The bird.
Yeah.
He's a bird of prey that he has. That would be dope.
I do hope we get Shan Yu.
Yes. Okay. So one of our Instagram friends, Courtney, has done a swap with me. Oh, son of a gun. There's more yarn that I forgot to get. Okay, I'll go get it in a second. Has done a swap with me for more Desert Vista Dye Works yarn. So I sent her a project bag and she sent me Desert Vista Dye Works yarn. So I've washed, she has kitty cats. That's why I don't have all of it. So it's currently living in my garage. But she's so sweet. She knows that I'm allergic to cats. So she has them in balls, but she puts them back into skeins so that I can wash them. So thoughtful. So I've washed 3 of them, mostly because I get exhausted after washing one because I'm a baby. But from Courtney, I have gotten Halloween confetti.
Oh, I like that.
Cute, right? Super cute. I have gotten Black Carnival.
Ooh, it looks like my Wolverine one.
It does, and it's actually 2 skeins of yarn, so I could knit 2 at a time. I just skeined up as one, and then this is sorry, Zombody Says Boo.
Ooh,
and then I have one more which looks like a part of a sock set, like it's got a solid color, and then like green, like a Mardi Gras color that I have to wash. So I got these from Courtney. So thank you so much, Courtney. I'll show you my other stuff and then I'll go get my other thing that I forgot to grab. Chaylee and I are Knit Picks ambassadors,
I was like, what did we do now?
which means we post things on on Instagram featuring Knit Picks products.
It's nice
And
of
then
you to say we.
okay, Gabs does. And sometimes I'm like, do you have a picture of this? And then I do that. And then we get credits. Basically, we get credits per post, and each post is a different quantity. And because we're always making Felici socks, like the ones that we use for donation, you get higher quantities. So this month, Chaley got some crochet hooks that she wanted. So I have a big pile of crap to give my sister. Um, which I'll probably bring with maybe I'll bring with me to Palm Springs. We'll see.
Oh, let's
Um,
grab the car.
yeah, you have your car, it's fine. And then I decided that I wanted to make a knit pearl repeat sweater by Greener Makes, which is actually okay. This is the whole reason I did this test knit. This is by Greener Makes, and she had a test knit, and I was like, oh, well, I'll do the test knit because she gives you the pattern, another pattern from her shop for free for doing
You
this.
wanted the sweater.
Right. And I wanted the sweater pattern. And yes, could I have paid for it? Absolutely. I could have paid for it. But I didn't want to. And I would have, but I would have anyway if it hadn't worked out. But it did. So then I got it. Because, I just spent like 15 hours on these socks that were really hard for me. And that was definitely cheaper than paying $6 for a sweater pattern. Crafter math. But so I'm making a knit for repeat sweater. And at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a nice navy blue sweater,
Not
classic. And then I was like, that's gonna make me want to throw myself off something. So instead, I'm using this color. But don't worry, there's more.
What's it called?
Crush.
Okay.
And the description says it's the perfect accent color for your thing. And I was like, accent? This is main, girl. This is the main color.
Accent? I barely know her. Sorry.
So I only have this though. I only have the main color because I ran out of credits because I got my sister the crochet hooks. So now
I'm sorry, I didn't need my crochet.
No, it's fine. So then I had to get credits next month. So to get which was so silly. I need like 2 skeins of this Swish DK,
but it's
like 12, which is like $12. Again, I could have just purchased it. Like I'm aware I could have just purchased it, but I didn't. And then I have to buy enough to get free shipping because again, that makes sense.
Yeah,
right? Like
my girl. That's
$5
my sister. We have very different approaches.
Yeah.
Except for the buying more stuff for the free shipping. I'm always there.
Yeah,
It's
always.
cheaper.
Yes. So I think I'm gonna do like a light pink. And I decided on the pink because I did Mean Girls a couple of years ago with my students, and they still want me to wear pink every Wednesday. So, and I'm tired of wearing the same stuff. So this one I thought would be cool. And then my team won well, I think we won. We won second place, but we only lost by 1 point. So we participated in Maker Madness with Woolberry Fiber Company, and she just sent our prize pack. And I got other stuff other than the yarn, but I made a prize reveal video, so I'm not going to show you all the other crap that I got. Just this. I got this yarn.
Nice.
It's called Orchid from Green Mountain Spinnery Weekend Wool, 100% American wool. It's a worsted weight. It's kind of rustic feeling. It gives me Cat Porter vibes. So it'll probably be a hat. I'm thinking hat with some cool cabling going on in it because it's a little bit bulky and chunky. But I apparently had like a vibe going on with this like pink situation. Yeah. And the thing that I have to go get is my sock swap that I did with Rachel of Pearls and Polish hosted it, and I swapped with my partner. So let me go get that too. I'll be right back. Kaylee will talk about something. Oh no, my foot's asleep. Oh God.
My God. So this has nothing to do with my knitting, but I've really been into, I think I've leveled up in my Disney fandom, and I like to consider myself like a tier 2 Disney adult now because I just came back from, we're now getting into like my life stuff. California Adventure, we went this past Wednesday, which was a lot busier than I thought it would be for a Wednesday in May. Because I'm like, why are you people not at work? I know why I'm not at work. Um, but I loved it. So I have now decided I'm going to buy myself the Disney annual pass, which drops at 9 a.m. on May 20th.
Focus.
I'm very nervous.
Good luck.
But what's nice is because I'm a SoCal resident, I can do the payment plan. So I don't have to drop the $1,700 all at once.
Exciting times.
Back to you.
So I swapped with a lovely swapper. In California, we were both in California, and they gave me, I asked for DK. Look at this cool yarn.
Whoa.
It's got all these speckles. I asked for, like, they understood the assignment. I wanted DK and speckles, and it was beautiful. This is Arroyo, so it's Malabrigo, and it is sweet lip bandas. I originally thought it was bandanas. Have you ever done that? Started a word
And
that,
finished it with something else.
but like started it with the wrong accent, right?
Yeah.
Like you think it's one word, and then like I started to say bandanas, and then realized it was bandas halfway
You're like,
through it.
oh, bandas.
And I was like, oh crap, bandas isn't right. I swear I can do Spanish a little bit. Oh, I I just had a sinking feeling when I was walking down the hallway. Did I not show any of my birthday yarn either?
Settle in,
Okay.
folks.
All right. It's not that bad for my birthday,
It's
actually.
not that bad. Pulls out multiple strands of yarn.
Okay. So I have this. I got this mohair for myself
I know you bought that for yourself.
from Shirley and I both won stuff for the Adventually Mal. But look at this. Don't these look like they go together really well?
Yes.
This is breaking yarn one of a kind, and this is breaking yarn one of a kind. So in my head, this is breaking yarn two of a kind. So, but these are already socks. I do have some of this left over, so I'm gonna make a muscle. I'm gonna make a hot pink fluffy musselburgh hat. Is the plan.
You're
And
an
then
insane
Chaylee
person.
gave what?
Nothing.
I'm an insane person,
Yeah.
probably.
Because I know you're gonna wear that hot pink fluffy muscle bar hat with your hot pink sweater.
I don't look good at hats.
Oh, thank goodness.
I do wear wild things, but like I teach high school. They they judge you whatever you do, so you might as well be happy about what you wear. Shaylee gave me this from Salty Blonde Fine Fibers. It is called Yugo Glen Coco from Mean Girls. Apparently, I'm a big Mean Girls thing today. I also have other Mean Girls yarn from this company. I think it's So Fetch and something else.
I know. I think I already had that yarn when you had bought yourself that, and I was nervous
Oh right, because I was like, Shaylee, I bought I bought
because I think you bought it from
the same
Black
place.
Squirrel, and I bought it from Black Squirrel, but I had gone at a different time. And I don't know why I was holding on to the skein of yarn for you. Like I've had that in my like presents basket for like a year and a half.
I have presents for you in my presents basket that I've been sitting on too because it keeps not going with the ding dang theme.
I got so nervous because the for your box that I'm making, it's actually a year-long collection I have to create because some of the things that I need for the box are seasonally available. So I thought I almost missed one. And I was
Oh
like,
crap.
ah! So I had to run to the store.
I have learned that if I plan the box too early, I either don't think it's a good idea by the time I've done it, or I've moved on and had too many ideas. So I just have to YOLO it in October and November and have a little freak out. It's
Kind
my
of like
tick.
the magic knot ball.
Yeah, exactly like that. But I'm collecting for Shaylee's 30th birthday. So I'm not that worried because I've got a bunch of stuff I've collected. So I can always just pull something out of the 30th birthday thing and that be a thing. I also, from our uncle, got this yarn.
Only one?
No, four.
Oh.
Four. This is Cowboy Take Me Away.
Oh, I like Cowboy Take Me Away. You love them.
The chicks.
The chicks.
Yeah, I almost called them their other name.
I feel like they should have just changed a bit more, but
Yeah, because the chicks, I don't know.
yeah,
I don't like it. Um, no, they shouldn't. I agree that they shouldn't have kept what they had, but something else.
yeah.
Same like modern daily knitting, but I
So
digress.
what are you making with this?
I don't know. It's 4 skein, so it's too much for a sweater, but not enough for a blanket.
Right.
So I don't know. But I have acquired so much yarn this month. April really kicks the butt. April really does me in, especially when I'm coming off of like an unproductive March and February.
Right.
Shall we do stats? Because my family's going to be home soon and be noisy because they're both big bummed they had to go to Costco and not talk to Auntie Shaylee.
Right. Ready.
All right, I got mine
I know,
too.
and it's sad.
Well, I mean, we're halfway through May, so my April wasn't super solid.
Welcome to the sadness stats population, Shaylee. Oh, I didn't do that. I think it's because I fudged the data.
Okay,
I cooked the books.
how many FOs do you have for April?
6.
11.
Okay. Lick rust.
Okay, what else?
I Yeah, apparently I used 7 skeins and only got 2 somehow.
Okay,
I
so
think I
here's
cooked the books.
here's the thing. I only track like what my ending number is.
Okay, that's fine.
So I ended April with 274.
Okay.
I ended March with 290.
That's better.
But I've acquired all of this crap since then,
So we're back
right?
at. Yeah.
But I'm still at 274. So really, I'm still breaking even, right? Because I've gained like 20 skeins, but I'm still at the same number.
Right.
And I don't, because now I don't have my Granite State yarns anymore.
You
I,
won't have one constant coming in.
yeah, the Southern Skeins ones is actually really like messing me up. I need to like use it in the month I get it. And honestly, this Knit Picks ambassador thing,
Because we're running out of like tools to get.
yes. But I'm teaching my students how to crochet right now, and we're needing more yarn. So I was thinking I was just going to use some of it to buy stuff because we're doing the Little Mermaid next year, and I am theming it to be like Coachella Music Festival under the sea. Like that's what, instead of just doing classic Little Mermaid.
Okay.
So the kids are crocheting like the tops, like the festival tops and the crowns and stuff like that. And we're obviously making mistakes.
Right.
And like, yeah, you can pull out your yarn, but you know, if like you've made too many mistakes with that same length of yarn, it gets fuzzy and hard to work with.
Yeah.
So at sometimes I'm like, okay, we've pulled this out like 6 times. I just need to cut. Like we just need to cut it and move on. So I think we're doing all right in terms of stashing, in terms of stash. I don't think we've broken it yet.
Okay.
How is your century going? How
Not
close?
that great. I'm not gonna lie. It's fine for the use of the skeins because I had a really big, I'm now even. So I think I'm at like as of April I had used 40. And so that's what I need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm good. Um, but that's because like I gave so many away to you at the beginning of the month to use as giveaways. So I'm
Oh,
kind of cooking the books on that one. I'm not good on the FOs because that I actually have to do and I'm behind. So I need some months where I have like 15 FOs, but I just like keep traveling or keep getting tired or like working late where I don't have the time to like just sit and like knit or like sit and crochet. So I have to figure out how I want to like further cook my books because I also want to do projects where I'm using up the yarn, right? Because it's a twofold century where I have to use the yarn, but I also have to have the FOs. But to use the yarn, it takes longer to make the project. So it's like the give and take,
I see.
right? Because like I could make a bunch of those little like crochet guys, but then that doesn't use up any yarn for me.
That's true. So you need
I need a fast stash buster, is what I need.
like chickens, but not chickens because those are boring.
Right.
Or yeah, I've stopped my I mean, this month I made gnomes, but I stopped my monthly gnomes because they weren't bringing joy.
Right.
Um, Honestly, knit gnomes, they're just not stable. Like I made the crochet gnomes and I was like, oh, this is easy. But the knit gnomes, like trying to stuff them, they hold no shape at all.
Right.
So I'm like, this is not working out. I could do a muscle burrow a month. I still haven't like I haven't dropped the ball on it yet. Oh, I finished my pink muscle burrow too, which I probably don't think I showed. Oh, maybe I did because that was the one where I lost yarn chicken for the bajillionth time.
Mm.
I lose yarn chicken. I've
Mm.
lost yarn chicken 15 times this year already,
All right.
but I've won 3 times. So that means like it's like a bad habit, right? Like if you're even if you're not successful that many times, you still think because you've been successful once, you can be a
Yeah.
successful again. Yeah,
No.
that's Gabs. But like people DM me all the time. I think I get tagged in yarn chicken posts all the time. And I'm like, I'm not gonna stop. And like people are so sweet. They offer me advice. I was like, but here's the thing, I kind of like it. Like
Live for the thrill.
losing doesn't bother me. Like I'm not upset that I lost at yard chicken. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to figure it out. I like the challenge of
Yeah.
it doesn't like truly it doesn't stress me the way I do think it stresses some people out. So don't do it if it stresses you. Like it stresses Chaley, but it doesn't stress me out. I like it.
It likes to have things match.
I don't really do that.
Yeah. Well. Okay, any updates?
You and I are going to Palm something.
Desert?
We're going to Palm Desert. We shall probably vlog it
Sounds good.
uh, in June. We
Um,
we don't really have any yarny adventures this year.
Not really. I think it's just not working out with like it's really hard with the schedule. Also, like I don't need any more yarn.
Me either.
Like I am I actually like now that I know that the Disney passes are gonna be available once I actually get that. Because I chickened out on canceling my Yarnable and just skipped it. I think I'm gonna cancel my Yarnable. So like not that like the Yarnable costs as much as my Disney pass, but it's like one more expense that I don't need, right? Because I still have it looks like it's not gone down at all. Like it's fine. But now I've got new additions to my craft room. I'm really excited about my ears. I'm not gonna lie.
They're cute.
And also what's coming in the mail is from Hot Topic, two of those like Loungefly Disney backpacks. So
Oh my god.
I'll show those next week if anyone's interested in now Chaley's like tier two Disney adultness. Um, so know that I will have those as well. I also have like accumulated now. I think I have three Spirit jerseys that are not especially seasonal. I have one that's pink, I have one that has beignets, and I have one that has Stitch. And I got myself a Moana baseball jersey. And then I have a Stitch Spirit jersey that is Christmas, and I have a Stitch jersey kind of sweatshirt thing that's Halloween.
Don't worry, this isn't turning into a Disney bounding, a Disney vlog. Yeah, I'm kind of moving away from, I guess, going to knit stuff and what we're spending our money on for that because we have so much yarn.
Right.
Which, at least for me, a lot of the yarn buying was a product of pandemic loneliness.
I think I just like shopping. So I just like I choose like what my thing is that I'm obsessed with shopping with. Like for a while, like I was this past month, I like suddenly decided I wanted to try dresses again. So I bought a bunch of dresses and now I'm like deep in like my Disney stuff. Like I'm just a chronic shopper.
Which is kind of great because when Chaley gets over dresses, that means Gabs gets to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking with someone on social media about it. Mine was too many late night pumping and nursing sessions where I was just buying stuff because I was so lonely. And now the world is more social, the world is more active. We can do those things.
Right.
And I can't knit through it all. Plus we also have really good luck in terms of like we win giveaways. We're doing this Knit Mix ambassador thing. Oh, I do have to say because I hate when social media people do this. They're like, I'm gonna tell you something in a couple weeks, and it's a teaser. The thing that we used our money for the Etsy shop was to buy dad a share of the Oakland Ballers. So the Oakland Ballers is a baseball team. It's like a minor league team, but it's in those of us who know baseball, Gabs knows nothing. But it's like an independent league, but it plays against lots of different minor leagues. So in Oakland, we used to have three sports teams. We had the Raiders, the A's, and the Warriors. All played in Oakland. And then gradually, I guess probably like over the past decade, they've all left. Like the Warriors are now in like San
Francisco.
They've left Oakland. They're not in the Coliseum anymore. The A's have left for Las Vegas. They're like Sacramento, like Las Vegas via Sacramento. And then
Raiders are Vegas.
Raiders are in Vegas too. So Oakland has no pro sports teams right now. And then to the Ballers, they're in their second season. We went to the game with Stitch and Pitch. They're a team and they're committed to being in the community and staying in Oakland. And I'm not a huge major league, any kind of sports person, but like I can get behind on staying with the community, and bringing the community together. And dad's a big baseball fan. He played baseball all through his youth. He was so stoked when Lottie was playing t-ball. Poor thing. The girl
she didn't like it.
She didn't like, I mean, I did not let her quit mid-season, but she's like, can I not sign up again? I'm like, yep, you tried it. It wasn't for you. That's absolutely fine. Because she doesn't like running.
Bless her heart.
She's in ice skating now. So, and she seems to be doing really great. She was her first week without the bucket, and she likes it a lot. Her and Lenny really like dance. Don't know if they like team sports that much, which
Poor dad.
I really liked team sports when I played, but Shaylee, you didn't really play too many team sports.
No, I didn't like it. I don't like the pressure.
Yeah. My husband didn't really play team sports too, so there isn't really an example for them to see, and I can't play team sports anymore, so they only see me do like running, right? Or cross training or whatever. So they don't really have an example for it. So there's that. But dad now owns like a 0.002, I don't know, whatever. It's like buying somebody a star. It was really cool though. Like the investment was $510 because Oakland's area code is 510.
Oh, I like that.
And like you can't get 510 area code numbers anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because there's too many. Like there's too many of us because everyone wants to live in the East Bay apparently.
Hey,
so now it's a different number. So like having a 510 number and like being, yeah. We grew up in San Leandro, which borders Oakland and like Castro Valley, but most of the time we say we're from Oakland for, if you're not familiar with the area, like a lot of, like Shaylee says she's in LA, but she's not,
Lawrence.
So that's what we used our Etsy money for, to get dad that. And that was super cool. And
does he know?
Yeah, he does. Well, because it's like legal paperwork, like investment paperwork. So I had to tell him. And then I don't think he knows this. I'm trying to save up more of our Etsy money to get him tickets to the Olympics when it comes in 2020. Because I'm sure tickets are going to be whole paycheck.
I feel like maybe you and I should reflect on that.
Yeah. So, but if you've also gone to the Olympics, will you tell me how that works? Because I have no idea how that works. So, anyway, that's what it was, and the paperwork wasn't signed. So I didn't want to like say something and it wasn't say something, but like I'm following this girl on social media right now, and she's been like dropping hints about what her job is for 3 months. I'm like, lady, just tell me what your job is. I was like, if this turns out to just be like a regular job, like if this is like a teaching job,
yeah,
I'm over this.
Yeah.
Not that there's no problem with having a regular job, but I'm like, but if this isn't something super cool that you've been hinting at for 3 months,
yeah,
girl, you've been stringing me along.
Okay. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm going to Vegas next week. I will come back for a week. Then I will go to North Carolina. Then I will be back for 2 days, and then I will meet you in Palm Desert.
I will stay home and then go to Palm Desert. I do have shows. With my students. We have 2 shows, and then I have to put up Creek Cello, which is our big festival. But all of this is
I will say our family vacation this year is we are going to Hilton Head, South Carolina, but that is at the end of June. So if anyone is from the area or has visited before, we will absolutely take recommendations, especially food recommendations. That's a big one for us. So if you have been to Hilton Head, or I think we have some time, we might be in Savannah, because that's where we fly into, let us know. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so. Wait, don't you have a giveaway winner to announce?
Oh, son of a gun. Yes. And I already forgot it. Giveaway winner is, oh no, did it go away? I wrote it on my phone, but that was too long ago. Um, Giveaway winner is Michelle. De,
It's Michelle.
it's all, there's no spaces, so I don't know how long this last name part. Michelle DeBardeleben, 64.
Maybe
I
you
definitely
can
butchered
spell
that
it.
situation. I think there's spaces that I'm not saying, but she said, "Hope you get 1,000 subscribers soon." So thank you so much. And her favorite constellation is the Big Dipper because it's the
Nice.
only one. It's also the only one I can really point out. And favorite Girl Scout cookies are Samoas.
Ah, winner, 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 winner,
So
winner.
I read the whole comment because I definitely did some name butchering. My name got butchered at the school board meeting a couple of days ago, and she said it over the microphone. She goes, "I'm so sorry, I just butchered your name." I
Fantastic. We
feel
love
like we
an
should.
honest person, though.
Oh no, because she just started saying "cut" and then just didn't say the rest of it.
Yep. Yep. I had to do at every single one of our advanced students events, which range from 400 to 1,000 people. I had to do the Monopoly winners for every single college, every time. And I was like, just like, do you think we could have winners where I know how to say their names?
They asked me to read names for graduation, and I'm like, no,
Nope.
no, ma'am, I can't. I don't like. It's an important day. It's an important
It's
milestone. I'm
too
like,
much pressure.
I was like, I don't want to butcher. And it's a lot of it is like I can read the words, but then it's the accent that goes along with it
Yeah.
is not correct. That I can't do. Like I can't roll my R's.
Right.
So I was like, I don't want to mess up this very important day.
Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, no. Okay.
Yep.
Now that we've got it, now we're good.
All right.
We
Oh,
will we can
email
wait.
me. Email me your address, and I shall send it.
Okay. 2 weeks from now, I might be back. I might be in Los Angeles. So we will let you know the next time you'll find out the next time we podcast. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.